Even when I'm writing for other people, when I wrote The Hours for Stephen Daldry, or when I wrote The Reader for Stephen Daldry, or Damage for Louis Malle, they're all. I simply don't. I'm not the kind of person who's any good at writing anything except the things I passionately care about. Even if I don't originate the material, I think I can truthfully say I've never done a job for money in my life. I think that I just wanted to show what real spies were like. In other words, I personally adore The Bourne Identity. I think it's completely brilliant, but I find the body count a little bit unconvincing, and so I don't think spies, by and large, kill quite as many people as they do in fictional. And I wanted to show that spies are usually people very much like you or me, trying to do their work, and often doing their work in very difficult circumstances among people who are trying to stop them doing their work. And that just seemed a great subject. Spies who were no different from you and me. And I think the way the film's been received in Britain is very much about a response saying this is a completely new way of seeing spies. You know, there are a few Cinderella stories, and ours happens to be one of them. And so when it happens, it's lovely because people like your film, and that's, when you get that response, of course it's enlivening. God knows I've made enough films that people didn't like. So when you finally make one that people do like, it's a nice feeling. Well, I've spent my whole life working with Bill Nye. We first worked together in 1979. And I think it can truthfully say I was the first person, A, to cast him in a film, and secondly, I was the first person to cast him as a romantic hero. In those days, he used to play character parts, quite strange, weird performances. And I saw him as a regular romantic leading man. And the world has slowly caught up with my opinion. And in that 30 years, I've watched the world and him be transformed into this mysterious sex symbol that so many people seem to find him for reasons that escape me, actually. I think I did talk to some people in MI5 who said that they are sick to death of fictional representations of spies, which they described as young men in Armani suits trying to save the world, right? And I think they are fed up in MI5 with it not being truthfully represented. And I've heard enough to know that some of the security services are quite pleased that there's finally a film which does bear some resemblance to the truth of their lives.